Hey there, let's just get stuck right in, eh? So, first thing I want to do is just kind of explore, not so much Sealegs, because I've pretty much done that, but I do want to put a couple of interesting things into Sealegs and see what it does as a general rule. I got a little sequence coming from the Melodicer, envelope on Zadar, controlling Zagreb. But right now, it's just the raw pizza sound going into some Sealegs delay. So, interesting stuff to notice. Number one, first of all, let's make this more sparse. So as we change the FM index, things get a little crazy, right? Ring modulator. Good times. So, that was kind of the first thing. When you look at like octave and detune modes, right? So the pizza has a built-in ring modulator. Now, if you don't know what a ring modulator is, it's a little weird. It's called a ring modulator, by the way, because it is a ring of diodes on a circuit. So picture 4 diodes. Diodes only allow current to pass one direction, okay? And so the ring modulator basically takes 2 signals and it tries to combine them as much as it can. Now, if those 2 signals are identical, you won't notice a difference. So, if I turn on the ring modulator right now and turn it up, it's not really much of a difference. It's really not much of a change at all. Okay. Now, if I make the octave oscillator or the ratio oscillator in here out of tune with the main one, now you hear it's giving us that nasty. That's cool. So as we get closer to even, we don't have that shimmery, out of tune weirdness as much anymore. So, yeah, fun stuff. Okay, now, here's the thing. So the pizza is basically a complex oscillator. It's got 3 oscillators built in. Okay, one of them is for the one of them is the main oscillator. One of them is an octave oscillator, so it's either -1, equal or +1 or +2 to the main oscillator. And if you use that to, change your FM on your oscillator, it's going to have a very, very specific tone, right? So we put this on octave oscillator, and then we shift the index over. Then if we make these out of tune, yeah, not much of a difference there. Okay. So, tune mode. You can adjust the semitone transposition and fine tuning. Yeah, it kind of doesn't work well. There's a weird little dead spot in the middle, and every single time I go past it, and that's actually where it needs to be in tune. It's like, here's in tune. Here's my oscillator. It's like, oh, damn it. And it just skips it. It skips actual in tune for some weird reason. So, by the way, if we take this output and we change it to the octave oscillator, because there are separate outputs for each one, it basically sounds the same. But the thing is, now if I move my FM index and stuff, nothing happens. All right. So, yeah. All it's going to give you is that basic, like, sine wave oscillator. I'm reading the manual because sometimes you need to do that. Long press the ratio oscillator button. Oh, to enter the ratio setting mode. So you can change the ratio. There's the other oscillator of the three is the ratio oscillator. So ratio meaning it's like 3-2. 2-1, that would be an octave. It's got mathematical ratios that are calculated based on what you've got it set to. Example, I want to set the ratio oscillator 3-2. Okay, that's a perfect fifth. I press the pitch button so octave is blinking. Set the pitch knob fully left to set it to 1. Okay. Long press it to enter the ratio settings mode. That's over here. So long press, boink, okay. But what do those flashy guys indicate? Use the pitch knob and pitch button to set the frequency ratio. Okay. It's not like, doesn't seem like it's doing anything to me, but I see. So there's a little tiny light up here that says tune, and that's how you change the ratio or the octave oscillator. So here's our thing, and as we go up, wait, that's not it. Where can I get the ratio oscillator out? I bet I can't. I bet I can't. What is that? That just says pulse. Well, pulse is not going to be the same thing, right? Pulse is just going to be, yeah. Yeah, it's not going to do the same thing, alas. Oh, but you can kind of hear it. I like that right there. Long press to leave that mode. Okay. So now, as I move this to the left, okay, I need to turn the lights up. No, wrong way, sir. There we go. There we go. And we can actually see something. Okay, so let's modulate that. And I keep thinking, you know, it would be really cool to use water for this. So let's do that. Index mod. Nope, that's shape. FM index is there. So now we have to go like this. Well, that's kind of lovely. And then, of course, we can shape it. Hey, Melon. Yeah, that is one thing I have never done before on the pizza. Was like, hey, let's change the ratio oscillator so everything changes, you know? And like, why not? I mean, that's just modular, you know? I am going to throw a random gate out into this. Also, curious about something. You know what? Let's leave that for now. Let's just let that hang here. Curious about water and a quantizer. That's not at all what I wanted to do. Like, not at all. Okay. Let's throw this thing into the Bard Quartet and see what we can get going here. Well, water works with anything. That's the great thing. Like, water is just clocked modulation. Bam. Done. You know what I mean? Like, you can use it with whatever. Traffic is the version that you want to use with, like, you know, a multi-mode module of some sort. Which I've never used it as that. I bought it for water, and, like, that's all. Like, well, this is wild. Hey, Simon. But yeah, water's the kind of thing that you can just plug into something, anything at all, and it'll probably sound good. Now, what if we did this unipolar? Oof. That's really nice. Okay, so water can be quantized. Good to know. Now, what if we just took... Okay, so I'm going to put water, again, water is quantized. It's on unipolar. I'm going to put it through a quantizer, but I'm only setting my quantizer to a C and a G. Okay, so that would be like 1 volt, 1.5 volts. Okay, 2 volts, 2.5 volts, so on and so forth. It'll be like very clear cut. And then what we do is I'm going to put that in the external mod here. And I don't know if that's actually going to work. I don't know if the external needs a needs an actual audio signal. If only I had the manual to look at. See, now you're talking crazy. Okay, shaper, yeah. 100 grit, now you're talking crazy. You're talking crazy, bro. I want to minimize variables. That's the thing. So like I'm trying to be like, what am I doing that makes this sound? And the more shit you stack on top of that, the harder it's going to be to determine. You know what I mean? Normally I'd be like, well, that sounds cool. Let's build a whole piece around it. I want to kind of try to stick to just the deep dives here. Okay. Because there's all kinds of hidden functions in this thing. Possible control destinations are octave, detune, linear FM, exponential FM, octave oscillator ratio, octave oscillator exponential FM ratio. I mean, they're holy shit. Wave shape folding, ring modulation, bipolar VCA. I heard about this. Envelope VCA mode. All wave, ring, and fold LEDs. There's a built-in AD envelope that is triggered by the sync input. Okay. So the sync input will reset the phases of all the oscillators and can be used to hard sync your sounds. Interesting. So the first thing we should do with that is throw an oscillator into it and see what happens. How about a square wave out? Huh. So it kind of just locks it in, unless you go really low. Now I can still hear a really, really low, like, kind of farty noise. So, okay, interesting. All right, now I'm going to enable this. I'm going to enable this this here control knob and control CV to enter assignment mode. Hold the shape button for a few seconds. The currently assigned control destination will start blinking. Set the destination you want by pressing the button nearest to it. What? All wave, ring, fold LEDs. Okay, so if I press the... like so. Let's see, it just keeps going. So, wait a minute, I don't get it. All wave, ring, and fold LEDs. It's not going to that place. Set the destination you want by pressing the button nearest to it. Huh? Hey, Jazz. Yeah, not bad. Okay, but it says all wave, ring, and fold LEDs, but I can't get it to that point. It goes all wave, ring, and fold, and then it just does two of them, and then it goes back to just the wave. So, like, you know what I mean? It's not doing what it's supposed to do. I don't get it. Okay, so, however, we can do like this, and then can we do that? Yeah. Okay, so that's doing that, and then it's doing the detune mode, and then it's doing tuning mode, and then down here it's going wave, ring, and fold, but then that's it. It does ring, and it does fold and ring, it doesn't do the wave. I'm like, what? Why? What the hell? It's not doing the thing that it's supposed to be doing here, you know? Huh. I mean, maybe I need an update. Dare I say it? Okay, well, let's try something here. I still have water. Let's just put it into the control amount here and see what happens when we turn up our rest counts and stuff. It's being a VCA now. Yeah. So if instead I used my envelope output here, wow, that's really, really quiet. And it shouldn't be, because everything here is cranked up. This makes no sense. Okay, can we trigger it though with this sync input? See, it's doing the same thing. It's like super duper quiet. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. So the things that it's supposed to be doing, it's not doing. One wonders. One wonders. Yeah, one wonders. Do I need to... Is this not updated? Sigh! I'll betcha that's the case. Okay, well, guess what we're not going to do right now? We're not going to update the firmware on this module. I'm going to do that in my own time. So, you know, that would be crazy. Firmware update. Yep. At least it's a daisy chip, so it should be pretty easy. Just plug the cable in and do the thing and throw a file on it. So, yeah. Well, anyways. Where were we? Just a little water. Hey, Jason. Okay. Let's put it on the wave folder. Better idea would be to use the Turing machine. And again, round it off to just C's and G's. And then put that into the external mod. So does that now change the octave oscillator? Let's hear it all by itself here. Yeah, see, we have to go here. Huh. Okay, I thought it would be changing something, because it seems like it should be changing something. That's really unfortunate. Interesting. Ooh. Immortal Man. That's nasty. Yeah, it's thanks, and it's something I just haven't done yet. I haven't sat down and like, let's try everything. And yeah, I would bet you any money it just needs to be updated. Well, yeah, and I still want to try the Basil firmware on this thing, too. Because who doesn't want another delay? Communists. That's who. They don't. Okay. I also want to mess with the endless processor in, like, new ways. And I'm going to see what weirdness we can accomplish with it. So I'm going to depatch this stuff. And I'm going to stash in my memory banks that sometime within the next chunk of time, I need to update pizza. I don't think it's a surprising thing because I don't feel like I've had it that long for there to have like a new firmware update, because this is the same manual that I like downloaded right after I got it. But maybe it was sitting on a store shelf and they just didn't, they happened to do not update it. You know, who knows? Who knows? I realized I still had my goofy square wave clock going to the subharmonica. And, you know, we can't have that. Thanks, Jethro. Take it easy, man. Yeah. So let's look at the endless processor here for a second. You know, what weirdness can we accomplish with it? And I think the answer is a lot. One thing that I do want to do is have a reference oscillator, which is usually going to be this guy, because it's like digitally controlled and it's always in tune, and that makes it happy. So endless processor in a way is a little kind of like sort of like granular in a way, kind of ish. So like the notes that you put in, they do matter, you know. All right, let's do some really, really basic testing here. Okay. And I think probably a really good filter for this would be this guy. Let's just use channel 1 for now. I can hook up the second channel later. It's not a big Your thing. Because, you know, cables. Okay. So right now, no resonance. This guy like so. Let's crank up input gain. There, now. Yeah, so you should be hearing my voice pass through the R bar, into the endless processor, through the filter, into the delay. So we can be like, hello, 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 hello. Filter the result, of course. Let's turn this and this down. Now it should just be direct, no delay. You want to make some feedback? Let me turn my speakers up. Oh. Okay, there it is. Had to be done. Okay. Okay. Now I'll put... Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's surprisingly good. Okay. Now, if we take the memory control... See, it doesn't seem like it's doing anything. So what happens if we clear this? Let's clear it and redo this and have the memory even smaller. There it is. Okay. Is that a crackly pot that I hear? How dare you? Yeah, so the memory is kind of like frozen wherever you happen to record it at. So like lower, it's more like lo-fi. It's like a lower bit depth kind of almost. So here's all the way up. Well, yeah, the R bar does that automatically too. Okay, so keep in mind, the last couple times that I've used the endless processor, I have not used the layers, which is dumb, because there's 5 layers for each channel that you can be doing. So, second layer, get my reference pitch here. And let's throw a B flat. Change the fade in and fade out times. That one's really out of tune. So much better. No, that is the endless processor. The Blue Koch endless processor. Okay, I am just using the R bar for its microphone right now. Now, you could, for example, you could use the R bar as an effects unit on this exact same thing. Output into input. Output into here, right? And then use the internal reverb. See, then we can hook up stereo. Oh, hello. Okay, but then, like, you know, there's a lot more fun that we can have. And as I said, I like hooking up water for everything. So let's hook up water to the layer control. And I mean, like, as long as we're at it, we might as well just start throwing the R bar in there for kicks. Okay, but okay, but we kind of need some kind of dynamics control. So easy thing to do would be throw a 16th note envelope into the VCA and go, oh. Interesting. I actually want to just go straight output here. Okay. Oop. Wrong control, sir. This can go to here also. But it can't, because it doesn't reach. Because it's weak. It's weak, I tell ya. Well, far be it for me to let water have only one thing to do. Okay, because now we can switch the processor over to channel 2 and do completely separate things. Now, I kind of want to hear this. Okay. And we're back. And we're back. Okay, so this time... Wow, that sounds really loud. It's because my input level on the filter is super duper high. Yes. Yes, it did. So, when you listen to that, what's interesting is that there's no... You know, like I was going more, I was like varying the tone of my voice. There's no tonal variation in this. This is not a grain that's being played back. This is like a harmonic analysis of what I did. And it's like, here. It's like you took a spectrogram over time and you applied that almost like a vocoder does. That is wild. It just blends them together. Okay, except... let's see here. Let's take... Okay, I'm going to try something here. This is the probabilistic generator, right? And so the probabilistic generator, each of the probabilities relies on the one before it, okay? So, in other words, if I set channel 1 to 50%, the rest of that remaining probability of 50% spills over to all the next 3 channels. So if I set 1 to 50% and channel 2 to 100%, what they're going to do is basically trade. It's going to be one or the other. Okay, let's use Quadrax for this. It's a little bit more visual. Wrong plug, sir. There. Okay. So what we should see is it's not going to be both envelopes. It's going to be 1 or 2. Which means if we plug these in to the built-in VCAs, it's just going to flip back and forth between the two of them. And so slight adjustments and probabilities are going to change the rhythms. We can lock it in. You really want to freak out the squares? Let's do it. Let's freak out the squares. You ready? You ready to freak out the squares? All right, here we go. Clock rate way down. Don't need that playing. Yeah. 100% feedback. Here goes. Wait, what? pitch has gone so low that it's just like... Where is my reset control? Oh, there it is. I found it. Actually, I'm going to overdub. The other channel over the top of that. Which could be a terrible mistake. My bad. Had to resync everything. use the sig to detune the oscillators on the subharmonica. Kind of my standard thing here, but I'm gonna go really, really, really slow. So like, oh, dude, that's not acceptable. Come on. There you go. There you go. Let's use channel D. That fits the length of the cable better. So we're gonna go whole notes. And then, again, C and G only. Come on, do your thing. There we go. Hey, discipline commotion. Yeah, it's very... I'm just experimenting today. Seriously. Okay, hang on though. Like, let's give this a listen for a second here. This is the subharmonicon, of course. It's a little left in the delay in there. Got a really long delay on Sealegs. So if we put this to like half notes and whole notes. So that's where it's normally going to be at, right? Kind of makes me want to detune the oscillators again. Easy enough because they're in C, so... So I got a mixture of half notes, whole notes, and eighth notes. 3 different octaves. Let's change filter duties here. I'm going to use the synth instead. That's a pretty anemic bass sound. crackly though. Don't like that. Pop, 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 pop. Hate it. Better. A little bit of delay. Yeah, bass is fine as a mono part. Damn you, cable. Damn you, cables. None of my cables are long enough to reach for some reason. I hate that. It's the one bitch I have about the quad drum. It's like, why would you put the outputs on either end of a pretty big module? I mean, symmetry, cool, but is going into the delay also, because obvious. that channel. Oh yeah, that was my reference tone from earlier. Yikes. Got nasty little thunderstorms heading in here pretty quick. We're doomed. That's a lot of delay. So much delay. So much delay. Still going. Who's yakking out in the hallway? I don't know. Well, I'm gonna hit the road for the evening, and yeah. I thought yesterday was gonna happen, but it didn't happen. So tomorrow might happen. You never know. Kind of depends on weather. It kind of does. Like I'd rather go outside and do things, but I usually do that in the morning. But then this morning it was just pouring. It's been storming for like 2 days. So, anyways, thanks for joining me, and hopefully see you soon. If not, Friday it is.